It's been a while, and I needed to check in and explain myself. Where have I been? Where have you been, Victoria? Where have I been? Off the wagon. Very much off the wagon. Um, Insofar as my journey to being even a little bit better than how I have been over the last few years. What I say by off the wagon is last time I checked in, I went to a gastroenterologist to see if I could understand what was going on with feeling sick all the time and food issues and if that had any effect on my migraines. And as I uncovered intolerances, I also discovered a whole lot of allergies, quite beyond my chronic spontaneous urticaria. Chronic spontaneous urticaria has idiopathic response. That means I eat something and the next day I notice that I have a reaction. The next day I wake up with puffy eyes or puffy face. And by puffy, I mean my rings, which I took off to wash my hands and then didn't put back on again. Whoop. There they are. My rings won't even fit on my fingers, that sort of thing. Like I have puffed up so much because of a reaction. That's idiopathic. A real allergic reaction is something that happens immediately. And I found that, boy oh boy, do I have a lot of those now. I'm going to put on the screen the list of foods I can no longer eat just so we can all appreciate how hungry I am. This is why I've come back to you, I think about 4 kilos lighter than the last time I was here. I mean, on one hand, I'm at my goal weight. On the other hand, I got here through the worst means. Well, not the worst means possible. Last time I was this thin, I was so poor I couldn't afford to feed myself, so I was just starving all the time, which is objectively worse. Maybe, I don't know, I actually can't decide which one's worse. All I know is I'm hungry. But before reaching hungry, this is as good as it gets. Hungry is as good as it gets. It was just sickness. Lots and lots and lots of sickness. Couldn't get out of bed, was in horrible pain all the time. It then started ruining my yoga routine. I was doing really well, friends. I was going 3 times a week. I felt great. It was awesome. And then it's just food allergies and intolerances and feeling sick constantly got in the way and got in the way and got in the way. And now I haven't consistently gone to yoga in so long that really the only reasonable goal I can set for myself for the rest of the year is to actually get back to it, and see if I can get back to going 3 times a week because I loved it and it does move the needle for me in so many ways. And like, okay, your girl's thin, but she's thin because she's starving and she's not happy about it. And I would rather be fit and healthy than thin any day. So back to yoga. This is what I mean by falling off the wagon. I was doing pretty well and now not so well, or now I'm just sort of starting to come back to balance again as I'm working it out. What I've worked out is how not to eat or how to eat very little. I'm now on fruit for breakfast, salad for lunch, bit of fish and a bit of rice for dinner, and I eat like that every single day because that's all I can eat. If you looked at that list and you thought, what does that leave? Fish, rice, but not all fish and not all rice. Some vegetables, but not all of them. A lot of sweet potato, a lot of pumpkin, a lot of baby spinach, kiwi fruit and berries. That's what I eat. I'm very bored and very hungry, but whatever. What else has been going on the last few months? That's honestly it. It's amazing how much time being sick takes up, but it really does take up a lot of time. I would love to have said that over the last few months I've been on a fabulous adventure. I haven't. The adventure has been, can I eat this? No? Oh, that's where we've been. And hey ho, she's back. So, having just turned 39, and here I was saying that I didn't want to hit 40, feeling as bad as I have for the last few years. I've just turned 39. Start again. That's okay. This is part of the journey, right? I think we're going to have to allow ourselves this, that it's never an all rise. We're not Barney Stinson. It's not all rise all the time. Sometimes we're going to fall back a little bit, and that's what's happened. But started a new medication to try and help with that chronic spontaneous urticaria, see what happens with that. There's, I think, other medications coming down the track for migraines that I can ask my neurologist about. Found out I was vitamin D deficient, which made me laugh. I was like, what do you mean? The chronically ill person that never leaves this room is vitamin D deficient. Who'd have thought? It was like the biggest no kidding moment I've had with any doctor so far. Like, oh, you don't go out in the sun. I don't leave my house. What are you talking about? Of course I don't go out in the sun. Look how pale I am. Do you know what else I noticed though? And this is another journey we can go on together. That if I am deriving all of my happiness just from being well, I'm never going to be happy because I'm never going to be well. So, I'm working on other things, and let me know if you want to join me on this adventure. My other things are writing. I've been writing creatively for years. I want it to be my profession. I take it very seriously. I've just started writing a new novel, and if you want to come with me on that journey as well. So we're not just focusing on, hey, I tried to feel well and oh, I didn't. So we're focusing on something else that might actually have an achievable goal. We'll see. I don't know. Getting published is like pretty difficult, but we'll try together if you want to work on that with me. Thank you so much for joining me for more of this. Thank you for being so patient, and don't, for the love of all that's holy, do not eat the way I'm eating at the moment. It's so boring. You will be hungry. But hey, at least I'm not itchy, covered in a rash, or vomiting. So, sorry, I just knocked the table. But that's an upward trajectory, right? From the last few months? Yes. Say yes, Victoria. Yes. Lovely to see you all. Say hi in the comments. Missed you. Mwah. See you again soon.